idea behind these kind of a programming, and then later, like when we have enough time, we can play around and then change colors and look nice and things like that. So for the time being, just get this button. Say like when you put the button like that, it is saying button one. If you don't like that, if you want that to show calculate, what you have to do is you have to come to the properties. So you guys see my properties window here. There, text is there. So I'm going to change that text to calculate. So if I do that, the program will change the button to calculate button. Did you guys see that?
Can you redo it again? My chat box is blocking your code.
Okay, you click on the button first. So you click on the button first and then go to the properties and try to find where the text is. So change the text to calculate. Then that will appear over there. That's it. Any question? Can we go to the next tool, or do you guys need more time? Anybody need more time to play with the tool, like the button, or do you want me to go and get another tool?
How do you show the property?
Sorry?
Oh, how do you show the property window?
What is that?
The property window.
Yeah, if you don't see the property window, go to view. And then come down, like, and one of them might be property windows or something like that. Check it out. View, there's the property. Solution Explorer.
Oh, it's F4, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, property windows is like at the bottom or something like that. So you have to, like, something is missing, like an easy way is go to view, you know. Any other question? You guys have this button and already change it to calculate. I mean, calculate is not a big deal, like, and honestly, like, and it is not a critical part here. Let's finish the main programming and then come and, you know, do all those changes. So I'm going to go and grab the next tool, the text box. So the text box is right here. Can you guys see that text box? So I click on that and come over here and then drop it like that. So I'm going to drag it and then put it here. So that is my X text box. So the name of the text box, we are going to say like kind of a so I clicked on the text box. I am going into the properties and then I'm going to change the name. I want you guys to pay attention over here. The name I'm changing as val underscore X. That's it. So the name you won't see outside. The text is the only one you see outside. The name you can't see outside. So we need another text box. I'm going to grab another text box. Let me put it here. This is for Y. So the same way, like, and I'm going to change the name of this text box as val underscore Y. So if I do that, that's good enough. So I can put this label later, like X and Y and things like that. So for the time being, I'm going to keep it like that. So the text boxes are important, X This is the text box for X value. This is the text box for Y value. And then this is the calculate button. The labels, we can put it later. So I'm going to double click on this calculate button. I think somebody was asking where is the download for Visual Basic. Those we will come back and talk about it. I think like we talked about last class. So for the time being, like let's finish this example and then talk about problems and things like that. So can I assume like you guys have this button and these two text boxes and then you change the names and everything. So let me click on this calculate button. So if we double click on the calculate button, that is taking us to the source code area. There we are going to put the program. So we said we had to define two parameters, the X and Y. So X as integer and then in Y as integer. So that is the first two lines we talk about it. Now we are going to get our X value. So X equal, we are using the val function. So val and then val underscore X dot, text. So that is the input parameter we are taking inside the program. And then we are doing the calculation Y equal 2 times X plus 5. So that is the calculation. And then we are going to put this output statement also, val underscore Y dot text equal string function and then calculated Y value, and that's it. So that's all. We had it in our board over here. Everybody can see that. So we did that. So let's run this program. So I clicked on the green button. So I'm waiting for the program to get ready. Generally, we call the getting ready is called building the executive file or building the program or something like that. So now the program worked basically. Like let me share that window. So this is the program running mode window. So you have the button here. Say you press the calculate button without putting the X value. That is saying Y equal 5 because X equals 0. So 2 times 0 is 0 plus 5 is 5. Say you put X equal 1. Then press the button calculate. It is saying 7 because 2 times 1 is 2 plus 5 is 7. Say let's say like kind of X is 5 or something like that. Click on the calculate button. It is saying 15. So 2 times 5 is 10 plus 5 is 15. So this is how that program works. So when you develop the program, you write all these fancy stuffs inside. And then when you sell it to somebody, you don't give all those source code. Basically, you give this part, like the part you see right now. That is the portion you give it to them so that they can put the input and then press the button calculate. That will give you the output good enough. Yeah, they don't know how to manipulate the program or write the program or things like that. So this is kind of a completion of a program. So somebody asked like, hey, what is the output of the program? Basically, like you can print this screen and give it to them. Hey, this is the output of the screen, my program, because hey, this is my input, this is the output, so all together this is my output. You know, any question on that?
I did have one question. So I
Yes.
tried to run mine right now, and it said something like the overload resolution failed. I think it's might be because I did something wrong with the code. Are we supposed to have like spaces in between them?
No, like kind of like and I didn't do any spacing. Like most of the time, like if we need some kind of spacing, the program will automatically adjust that. Like and I say when you guys saw that, like and when I was typing, the program is kind of adjusting some kind of spacing and kind of because that program has a style, like their own style. So you don't have to unnecessarily don't put too much spacing or things like that. Then the program may not get it. Like and that might think you are trying to say something different.
Okay.
So when you type the equation, type it like in a normal way, but that will automatically adjust the spacing and everything. So don't put spaces.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So like can I say for an example, like and now if I want to change these program or something like that, actually like can I not to do that, like can I say you guys can see my the Visual Basic.NET window, like the source code area, or you guys are seeing the execute file?
We see form 1 and then the 2 boxes with calculate.
Okay. Let me change that 1 second. So I'm going to go back to the program again. So you guys now see the source code, right?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, like kind of still like the program is running in a running mode. So it is not a good idea to change anything now. Like if you want to modify your program, what you do is like you have to go back to debug. So you guys see that debug button over here or drop down menu, and then come down to stop debugging. Then the program is in a normal mode, so it's editable. You can change it and things like that. So any questions so far on this?
I just have a clarification.
Can you talk a little bit louder? For some reason I couldn't hear it.
Yeah, I just have one clarification for the.
Yes.
So the val_x, that's just what any name that you put in the two text box, right?
That is correct. Like kind of say you can say the box, like kind of say the important part is everybody has to be very careful when you open the text box in the form. When you do the form design, you are going to assign a name. When you assign a name, if you say John for the text box X, then inside this source code also you have to say John.text. You can't say val_x because the program doesn't know what is val_x.
Right.
So that is the important part. Like kind of everybody has to pay attention. Say sometimes like kind of we forget to change the name. If we don't assign a name, the program has a default assignment for names and things like that. So that might use the default name. So you guys have to be careful on that. When you open something, if you want to change the name or text is basically an appearance. The name is the name you won't see outside, but like only place you can see the name is inside the property window. So you click on that particular form, say like, and I say, this is the form. You want to know the name of this text box, you click on the text box and then go to the property window and then see like kind of hey, what is the name? So the name is saying val_x. So you put John here, then you have to stick to John all the way, like kind of inside the source code, inside everywhere, so that it will work. So the concepts are pretty easy, like kind of say you define the name, you have to stick to that. Say my parents gave me Siva as a name. So wherever I go, doesn't matter, Kalpali or, any place or even go to moon, Siva is Siva. So we had to be calling him Siva all the time and things like that. So same way. But if you call Siva in Kalpali Siva and then somewhere else something else, then he won't respond. Then the program won't work.
Yeah.
So
thank you so
yeah,
much.
that is a good question, basically. Any other questions? Guys, the texting is good also, but it is better you guys talk. That will help others also to understand. They may have the same kind of concern or question, then everybody will get answer for that. So please.
Someone asked to go back to the source code.
Yeah. Yeah, we are in source code. The source code is basically as you can see on the board, this is all how many? 5 lines we just copied in the source code, that's all. But each and every line has a meaning, each and every item has a meaning. So if you don't understand that, please feel free to ask me why you are saying this, why you are putting this. So, and then the sequence of putting those also important, you can't put certain lines before certain lines and things like that. So you have to be very careful. If you do that, the program will give you a different answer. So, how do you put these lines? Where do you put these lines are very, very important. So pay attention to those. So you guys are happy with this simple program? So everybody it's working or?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. So now we are happy, most of the time, the programming is such a way that, say, when it is not working, we stressed out too much. And then when it works, we feel hey, we are on the, rocket to go to moon or something like that. That kind of a, happiness. So, but it's a human nature. That's okay. But let's see how good is our program. So let's see. I'm going to rerun this program again to see how good is our program. So let me run this program and share you guys with the output window. So you guys have this output window. So we were doing all those kind of stuff. It worked. So I put 1 and then press the calculate button. It gave 7 and all those kind of stuff. So everything worked. Let's see if we put 1.5 as x and press this button, calculate. That is giving us 9. Say 1.5x means 2 times x is 3 plus 5 is 8. But the program is saying 9. So our program is not a good program now, right? Is that right?
Yes.
So what's the problem with our program? Because we paid all this money to buy this computer, software, everything. Now it's not working right. So we had to see how we can fix this. See
Is there a different command to put into to put decimals?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go back to. So I'm going to stop sharing this one. I'm going to go back to the source code again. So you guys see my source code now. So I'm going to stop debugging. So stop debugging. So now I can change anything. Say instead of saying dim x as integer, I'm going to say dim x as single. And then the same way I'm going to say the y also single. And then I'm going to run again. So I'm going to share with you guys again the executive window. So this is the running mode. So let's put 1, calculate, 7, it's good. Let's put 1.5 and then press the calculate button. It is saying 8. So now the program is working for whole numbers. The program is working for decimal points and things like that. So now our program is better program. Initially also it worked, but it worked for only the whole numbers, integers. Now the program is working for all kind of numbers. Any number you put it in, it will work. So you can sell this program to somebody, but the problem is your program will solve only y equal 2x plus 5. Who needs that? Nobody needs that. So you have to make your program more versatile, or your program can solve more problems and things like that, then people will buy that. Because only 2x plus 5, who wants to solve that, you know? So things like that. So you have to think through. So what can we do? So you guys said like, you guys made this program to work. So what I want you guys to do at home is, let me share one more time. One second. Yeah. So you guys are now, let me stop sharing. Let's talk about that on the screen and then we will talk. So now you guys made the program to work to solve y equal 2x plus 5. Now you guys have to think like, maybe today or maybe this weekend or something like that at home, think about it. Hey, how do I make a program similar to this to solve y equal mx plus c? So in this case, this is one of the input. This is another input. This is another input. So instead of one input x value, you are going to have 3 input parameters, m, x, c. So that when you develop that program and give it to somebody, that is going to be more useful program, because it can solve any linear equation. Say somebody has 3x plus 5, 100x plus 700 or whatever, all of them that program can solve. So you have the initial framework here. I want you to think about how you can modify this program to do this. So next class, I'm going to maybe, kind of explain some of the items again, and then I will come and look at each and every one. But unfortunately, the class size is so big because we increased that. It is very hard to spend, time with individual, but I like to see some of your programs and things like that, so that I can see any problems and I can help you guys out with some, errors or things like that. But the programming is like that. Like, and even if you write everything right, sometimes it will give you error. So it's very, very hard to fix it. But when you fix it, everything works. You feel like, hey, I had to go to Las Vegas or something like that. So that kind of feeling you will have it. But as I said, like kind of learning the new language, you have to have patience. You have to try your best, read a lot, look at our textbook and things like that. And then once a while, like you have to discuss with your friends and things like that, and me also. Let's quickly talk about think like one guy or gal or somebody, I forget it, like they were asking where to download this program or something like that. If somebody knows, I think like Cal Poly has a download site or something like that, because somebody was saying, hey, I downloaded that and things like that. So please share with, in the tech, like the chat room or whatever, so that they can download it. I think like another gentleman sent me an email, the Mac program. Honestly, I don't have a Mac, like, so I can't say much about it. But he was asking, is there any different version or something like that? That one I don't know, because I don't use Mac program. But if somebody knows you have a Mac computer or something like that, please share your thoughts on that, so that hopefully like whoever needs that help, they can, sort it out or something like that. So any other question for me? Like, if not, we will talk about our homework number 1, so that you guys can look into that also this weekend. Or, that means weekend means like you have to, enjoy your weekend also. But, whenever you have time, you can quickly glance at it and things like that. So any question on this simple program? I like this program actually, like, can I give you some idea what it's all about? Like, there's nothing kind of complicated, very straightforward. But there's a systematic way. You have to define the variable first, and then get the input inside, and then do the calculation, and then get the calculated parameters outside to the screen. That's it. So the concept is pretty straightforward.
Professor, I wasn't able to follow at all using a Mac. It looks very different.
Anybody Mac expert here? Because I can't say much on that.
Yeah, it looks.
Do you have any Mac expert here? Feel free to like share with others, like so that it help friends and things like that. Because I can't say much on the Mac, like I don't know how it looks. So, but I'm assuming like it should look kind of similar though, like even any program, any different platform or things like that, the same software should look kind of a similar. But I think Alexis, you want to say something, right?
Yeah, I downloaded the Mac version too, and it looks. I was trying to follow, but it looks totally different. It's the same, essentially the same program, but its view is different.
Maybe say next class, what I can do is like maybe talk to your other friends also and see like they have any opinion or any help they can provide to you. If not, next class what I will do is I will talk about some items and kind of assign it to everybody so that they can work on it. That time I will share the screen with you guys, the Mac people, and see what is the difference, how we can resolve that or something like that.
Sounds good, Professor.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity too, I was wondering, I think I might have downloaded like a much younger or like an older version of Visual Basic, so it looked a little different. Is that going to be okay?
I think so, because do you know how old is that version or something like that?
I think it was 2008.
Because like the challenge is like say as they go along, they have more tools, more sophisticated way of doing things and things like that. But like the concept is same everywhere. Like even the old version, the concept, the thinking process, writing, and things like that, everything is same. But the latest versions might have very sophisticated way of running certain things and things like that. So we will see, like for the time being, don't stress out on that, but like let's work on it and then see like you come across some kind of difficulty or something like that, then we can fix that. But I think like the Cal Poly has a 2019, my one is 2019 or something like that, I'm not sure. Or anybody downloaded the program recently from Cal Poly?
Yeah, it's free. It's 2019, I think. Mine is 2019.
Okay, so if it is free, like you don't mind, like why don't you download the new version so that you don't have to worry about it?
Okay.
So you have two options, like you want to check it out later or now, it is up to you.
Okay. Thank you.
So let's quickly talk about this homework number 1, and then if you guys have more questions, we will talk. The homework number 1 is, let me erase the board. So 3 questions from chapter 1. Question number 3, question number 4, question number 17. So it's due February 8th, I think one of the Mondays, but maybe next week we will talk more on this and how to submit the homework and all those kind of stuff. But at least like when you have time, quickly look at those questions and things like that, so you will have a better idea what's happening. And then the homeworks, we are going to submit it in the grade school. I'm going to send you an email with some additional information so that you know where to submit the homework and things like that.
Professor,
Yes.
Can I just clarify? Question number 3 is in page 12 of the book.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So we have the same what do you call it? Version. Okay.
Yeah. The question number 3. You are going to write a program. Basically, like question number 3 is the only question on this homework is the programming. The others you are going to write it down. So the question number 3, you are going to have a Visual Basic.NET program where somebody is going to put radius as the input. The program is going to calculate diameter, circumference, area of a circle.
Okay.
So, so it's a simple program, but like let's, think about it. And I'm going to go over that also next week so that you will have a better idea what to do and how to do and things like that.
That's good. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
For 3, you just want us to like show the actual source code, right?
yeah, like, and I will talk about those because yes, definitely I need the output window, the source code, and all of them hard copy. You have to maybe print it or make a PDF and submit it in the grade scope so that I can grade that and things like that.
Where will we be posting the video recording?
I think like kind of after the class, it will take some time to save it and things like that.
No, I was asking like where, like YouTube.
Oh,
or
where? I think like
Blackboard
kind of they like kind of Cal Poly send some location like and I can upload it, but like let me check that again. Like kind of
A OneDrive.
what is that?
I think it's a OneDrive.
OneDrive or something else. I think like kind of some other software or something like that. Let me double check that because I think I did it like kind of last semester, but I forget the name of that or something like that. So let me because Blackboard it won't allow that like kind of because the capacity of the file is very high, so it's very hard to do that. But they came up with a different platform or some place like kind of where you can upload it and things like that. So let me dig into that, and then I will send you guys an email or link or something like that, so you can find it there.
If we were in person, would you want us to like? You would actually take physical handouts for homeworks, right?
That is correct, yes.
Okay.
But like another say in person, most of the time what I do is like I work like and I give the assignment to everybody, and then let them work, and then I come around to each and every station, check your program and things like that and so forth. So like it is a little bit easier like for you and for me also because say like these are more interaction we need to have because certain things you can't um, say certain problems and things like that. It's very hard to tell. So when I see your work or like how you are doing the programming and things like that, I can see that and kind of help you out and things like that. So that's why like in person is very very helpful. But like what can we do? Like we can't do much on that. So there's no other choice. So we had to deal with this. But like that means hopefully like that means I had this class, even the lab classes, I had it like this. So this one is not that bad compared to the lab classes because lab classes, um, you know, you had to do it like, and how do you do it like, and so I saw because I have a lab actually like, and this is my conference room. Right next to the conference room, I have a lab. So we do the same testing as Cal Poly, like, and our lab is better than Cal Poly lab. So I take my computer inside my lab and kind of I mimic like, and hey, this is the testing I'm doing it right here, see, and things like that. But it's difficult. Like, that means you guys don't have a chance to touch the sample or something like that. But what can we do? But like, and at the same time, at least you are seeing somebody is performing and you are looking at it and things like that and so forth. So, each and everything has a pros and cons. So hopefully like vaccine is here. That means, like, we have a good